July 24, 2014, issue 734 of the Omega Communications. Welcome again to the Omega Communications. As I open the portal, I come through in my body of light, and the crystalline energy field that I feel around me at this time. You may be aware of that now around you, strongly in your mind and in your senses. So as you come forward in your body of light, be aware of that. You might sense colours around you, and be with it. They're moving and flowing around you. And come like that to assemble in the receiving area of the station of light. And so here we begin our inner journey for today. Whatever day you tune in to this message will be the appropriate day for you. So be still, look for the colours, as the colours will activate that part of your brain and mind that receives images. Therefore, if you've been struggling to see images during the transmissions, this is a tool to help you to visualize some bright coloured objects. Even in this space, you might see something bright, a colour. Sense a colour that you would bring with you, that represents you. So we assemble patiently here, acknowledging that there are many other beings here with you, and we are open to receive another layer, another wave within the transmissions. Coming into this space to join with you, beloved, or I'm addressing you. And I have chosen this particular way to address you, to allow you to perceive your crystalline body energy, as this is the focus for this transmission this day. You have begun a long series of integrating different packages of information you've received. These are the different frequencies that are presented to you within the transmissions, perhaps as codes or perhaps as chains of information, lines of information that you respond to in all layers of your being. So you will be feeling that you are more in tune and attuned to the higher levels of consciousness. This is enabled through everything you choose to do. It is your choice of the level that you focus within. We have consistently brought you into all of the spaces that you are able to comprehend, absorb and adapt to during the transmissions to you. Already you will be perceiving that you are releasing from you the links to do with your earthly physical condition at this time. And just for this time that we are together, when we travel and exist in this space, you are beyond time, beyond the physicality. In this space, you have access to the infinite realities that you have existed within and which you are proposing to exist within, depending on your frequency and your adaptability and your commitment. When you are ready, come with me as we journey into that deeper connected space, the communication area, deeper within levels represented in your field of consciousness, although the space is indeed very real, but the frequency is different, and you have had to adapt to that to be brought into it at this stage. Here you are collecting more of the information and energy frequency that relates to aspects of the dimensional field that your planet Earth exists in. It is not alone as a living, breathing entity. It has many different aspects portrayed upon it, many different layers, and you will observe these different layers as to where different people put their attention into. Just as you choose to exist in a reality above the perhaps disturbing layers, there are many people who choose to reside in those layers of disturbance and create very happily in those layers. All of those layers do exist within the consciousness field at present on planet Earth. But you are aware that there have been higher levels of existence known to you as different civilizations. All of those still exist in the consciousness field. And they exist as an intricate interweaving of applications existing for you to tap into. Many of you already operate in the field of healing or connecting with your living crystal energy formations and different vibrationary ways of correcting imbalances around you and around people. And so you've already chosen to step outside of the boundaries which constrict people. Now, what you work within in the energy frequency fields is separate and apart from the reality of most people. And the more that you focus into those inner fields and inner connections, then you expand your field of consciousness to connect into an expanding level which will present to you the frequency energy systems which draw you in a specific sequence or line that you adapt to, that you refresh yourself within. And you recognize that you are very familiar with a higher patterning of creation. This enables you to facilitate that higher patterning to come through you into what is presented before you. And you are drawn to those aspects where you can allow the higher frequency pattern to flow through you. This also is drawing up the layers of consciousness on the Earth planet. And this is the movement that we refer to, the realignment to a different placement and pathway. As we present this to you, you will be perceiving this same alignment and adjustment occurring in your energy field consciousness here. Your energy field, of course, extends far beyond you, even in your light body here. And your core energy essence is in the centre of that, and it is responding to the energy presented to you here. And you would feel that you are resonating into different fields further out at the edge of your consciousness. Some of you will also be aware that you are communicating in a greater depth to an element presented to you deeply within these words that are uttered to you. Allow that to fill you. It is living energy essence for you. As you do this, you also be aware that your physicality is responding to the same energy. And your physicality will be drawing in the patterns that it needs. Many times this involves a release. Many times it involves a reviewing of what you are doing and where you are. We perceive many linkages around you at this time, relating to different groups of beings, some of whom are in body form with you and others are existing in parallel realities to where you are. You are able to keep your focus as such into your present dimension where you are working, and yet be aware of the linkages to other aspects. And in this way, the energy frequency brought to you will be connecting to all of those areas. Throughout this experience, then, is a release. In some areas it will be an upliftment. In some areas it will be increased activity and inspiration. Keep a balance as you take all this into you. We do not present this to you to create imbalance. We present it to you to draw you forward into the exact placement and experience that you draw to you. Many times what is presented to you, even though we speak to many, many layers of people, you hear the words and the energy formations to fulfill your requirements in the present moment. The present moment changes whenever you reconnect into the present, into your point of origin. Many unfoldments occur as you journey in this way out of time, but into parts of the creative universe. And all is presented to you in a manner that you will comprehend and absorb, perhaps over many days, perhaps immediately. If you feel you have taken it all in one moment, consider returning to this particular transmission in another day and re-experience what is given. There are many connections that exist around you which need to be released, to allow a greater flow of energy to come through you. These could be attitude, thought patterns, belief systems, through the activation of different energy systems within you, you are becoming lighter or more energized. And as part of that process, in the expansion of that, there is the relinquishing of everything not required as you evolve. Bring your attention now back to the communication chamber. For we expanded your awareness, and you may have felt supported within the depth of creation with nothing around you but energy. But in the communication chamber here, this is integrated into your aspect, held here, presented here. And then you bring this back to the receiving area, where I first greeted you in this journey. And here I leave you, beloved. Aurum out. Thank you, Aurum. That was deep. And I bring my awareness back to my body of light, enhanced with the energy frequency given. Do you perceive the difference in yourself here? Do you perceive a lightness, perhaps more joy and energy within you? That seems to be a requirement these days of existing and coexisting with the higher dimensional aspects of consciousness. Throughout your days and your journeys on earth, be aware of this higher frequency operating through you. Be aware also of the crystalline energy system within you, connecting into different places within the earth space, within every cell of you, within every intersection of energy throughout the consciousness fields on earth. Now you'll be feeling that you are beginning to integrate all parts of you again back into this present physicality, so that you can function strongly with more awareness in your life pattern. Recognize that you are an energy system yourself, connected into the greater universe. And feel the energy come down from above your head, deeply throughout your central core energy, down through your body, the soles of your feet upon the earth. And feel the energy pass into the energy system within the earth. In other words, be fully grounded before you continue any activities. I close this transmission from omegacommunications.co.nz. Thank you again for being here.